And I'm so committed, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna sit here and talk about Christmas for a minute, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for 15 years. You know, I grew up in hip hop. Like, I am hip hop, and this youngster, what the Jamaicans call the youth, she's coming up and doing something different than anybody else is doing, especially here in Athens, because she has more than one market. You know, she deals with so many different styles of music. If you want to have a party song, we have parties. We're hip hop, so we can go to the club and have parties too. But she can also deal with the subject like fatherless child, like me, like my family, like your family, like their family. You know, a lot of us didn't grow up with fathers. So the music that she incorporates into her mixtapes, it's soulful. It's like a soulful version of hip hop. And it touches you. It touches your soul, and it allows you to think. You know, she's the type of lyricist that when you listen to her lyrics, you can't just listen once. Like, you have to get her album, her CDs, or whatever she's putting out. I don't care if it's a video on YouTube. You actually have to sit there and listen. You know, you can ride to it. You know, you can, and you know what's crazy, just on a side note to everything I'm saying, I've had 2 of her CDs she gave me. I've had to give them both away. The only reason I gave them away is because I knew I could get another one. But she's creating this ground level buzz. Like, she's not, a lot of artists think that you can just blow up overnight. She's taking the lessons that I'm teaching her, that Maestro's teaching her, and that the people that she's surrounding herself with. She has a team that's allowing her to grow. You know, she's a seed in the ground, and she's now growing, and growing to the point where when it's all said and done, the music she puts out, the things that she's gonna do, is gonna be above and beyond so many people. You know, it's like me and Maestro talk all the time. It's like, she's the #1 draft pick right now. She's like, she's our running back. We're giving her the ball, and we're gonna just let her run. You know, she's gonna run with it. You know, that first CD she put out, she just did it. That's why I always tell her that. I tell her that all the time. I said, just apply, just do it. You know, she went, talked to Blue, and did it.
What's up? This is D Blue, CEO of Blue Up Entertainment. I think Christmas is very different from what we have in the surrounding counties of Athens and other counties. I think she's very talented, very lyrical. I think she's, like I said, I think she's very, very, very lyrical. She's kind of like on a younger version, well, modern day MC Light. Is how I would describe her. And she's not talking about for like what you normally hear on the radio, money, cars, clothes, dope. You know, some of her stuff is very truthful, educational. So I think that's what makes her different. And be on the lookout for Team Committed. She's coming.
You know, like she has this work ethic that a lot of the people in the industry and what's going on right now just don't have. Like, she studies stuff. Like, I was around her for years, and she'd always ask questions. She'd be asking a question, like, she knew I did shows, she knew I did promotion, she knew I dealt with a lot of artists, and she would just be asking questions. I thought she was just asking questions, because I honestly didn't know she was like writing rhymes back then and thinking about getting into the music industry. but she'd be asking questions. I thought she was asking questions to like, cause she knew I did it. Like she wanted to know about what was going on in Athens, but she studied it for years. She literally went to school, and now it's like that first Committed album was like her thesis statement. It was like she learned everything she learned, she put it out and was like, here, this is what y'all taught me. And now with volume 2, that's kind of like she's in grad school now. She's in grad school and she's gonna show y'all what the next level is. And when she graduates from there and she actually puts out a full length, when that first full length album comes out, it's gonna be, I personally think it's gonna be one of the most anticipated albums in Athens in a very long time. And not just Athens, because we're gonna create so much buzz for her in the streets, in the universities, for the common people, all the way to the poetry. You know what I'm saying? She's a street poet. I've dealt with a lot of poets, I've dealt with a lot of MCs, and she's done a lot of great things. And her music just like, she's so focused. She can rhyme with the best of them and just, okay, if you want to get in a cypher and you want her to bust, she can do that too. But she knows how to create a song. And there's an art to that. You know, there's an art to how people create songs. And you're talking about, sometimes we follow a format, but sometimes even when she doesn't follow the format, it still is so focused in the subject that it becomes like a beautiful thing. Like it becomes like this flower that blossoms. Like, you know, she's, you know, like one of the people that I've dealt with say like a real artist is a gardener. And what I mean by that is right now she's just tilling her land. You know, she's digging in the dirt. She's dropping some seeds in the ground, pouring water on it, making sure it has sunlight, nurturing these projects she has. But when it starts busting through that soil and creating these beautiful flowers and watermelon or whatever it is that she's planting, it's something great. You know, it's fruits and vegetables, it's meat and potatoes. Like it's something that you really have to hear. Like when you hear it, you can't. It's some people, and don't get me wrong. There's a lot of like what I would call one-hit wonders. There's people that put out good songs. You know, there's a lot of youngsters in Atlanta that's doing a lot of good songs. Don't get me wrong. I listen to some gutter music. I listen to some pop music. I listen to everything. People who know me know I listen to all types of music. But when you can create something in that spectrum, it creates something that is something you can vibe to, like something you can really take home. You know, there's some artists now that in 10 years you might be rocking a song, but you ain't gonna be rocking an album. With Christmas, you're gonna be rocking her album. When she puts out the full length, it's gonna be people who didn't hear Committed Volume 2 or 1. But when they hear this album, they're gonna go back and research where she came from. Volume 1, Volume 2, the subject she was dealing with. And I'll deal with the elephant in the room. Yes, this is my sister. This is my little sister. Anybody who knows, like, this is my sister. The elephant in the room is, yes, she deals with women. Yes, she is gay. But so? We're talking about an artist. When you listen to her album, you're not listening to a gay artist. You're listening to an artist. She has so many markets she can go in. She busts rhymes. She's what you call, well, I would say an MC, but my girl starred a FemC in Atlanta showed me like she's a FemC. And one day you're gonna see her on BT ciphers and videos and stuff, but you know what? We doing this from the ground level. You know, she didn't just bust out like, man, I want shows, and we could have got her shows years ago. She didn't want to do it that way. She wanted to learn her craft first, learn how to actually write a rhyme, study these people that are out. And once she did that, now everything she does, like, they looking for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, shows I'm doing, people talking about Christmas. Like, they might not want to admit it, might be on some whisper shit, but they are checking for her. She's gonna do the hip hop awards. She's gonna do people's album release parties. But when she does her own show, it's gonna be a full production. It's gonna be something that you can take home with you. You know, it's gonna be something that she doesn't, she don't do this for no hobby. Like, she's hip hop. She's our next generation. I'm the generation before her. Actually, probably 2 generations before her. But the fact that she is doing what I grew up on, that golden era, and she can bust with the best of them. I don't want to drop no names and say who, whatever, but she's doing it.
I don't want to hear real truth. You want to hear fairy tale Hollywood shake and bake stuff, but in reality, it's a commitment.
I'm so committed.